What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of The Long Dark, where we will be getting lost in a blizzard, hopefully making our way to a mine and surviving. Oh, we're perfectly fine. We are fine to go to the mine, so what's your sign? I hope there's nothing around here that is canine. That would not be fine. That would actually make my life force decline. However, if there is, I'm going to shoot it and then we will dine. God, I'm stinking like a dried out otter right now. It's the worst. The worst. I need to take a shower, but it's just like I'm working right now, and so I worked out really, really hard last night and then took a shower, but I think some of my muskiness is just like remaining. Like sometimes you just got like man musk, you know what I mean? It's like, ugh, it smells like man in here. It's pretty awesome, unless you're the guy that, you know, everybody likes their own brand, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I could try to deny it, but I'd rather supply it. I should probably check inside these cars, because it would be a riot if we could find... I don't know why I'm rhyming so much today. It's really, really odd. But I'm definitely... I gotta go to the gym, though. I'm gonna see Star Wars tonight. I don't want to be that stinky kid in the line. We can actually probably wait this out. I ate the fish already, so you don't need to worry about that. All we really need to do is make it back to the mine that led us here. That's all that matters. I don't think it's up... Oh, there's another road over here. Okay. Maybe it is up this way. Not really 100% Oh, there's the church. Never mind. My relational point has been restored, and so we come up back behind this church, and we should be good. I'm going to check this place for any of the new gear, though, because they said they respawned all the locations when the new patch dropped, and so it didn't respawn like the normal items, but it restored like the supplementary items and things. So, for example, I missed a soda right there, which is very, very important, because how good is this gun? 30%? That thing's going to need some real love before it's back in shape. Bedrolls, fire barrels. It's still -8 inside of here. This doesn't happen very often. It has been kind of blizzardy lately, though. It's been really weirdly blizzardy. I don't know if they changed around some of the variables, but the last day or two, it's felt like we've had some nasty, gusty weather the entire time. It has been unfortunate. We don't have enough food to, like, last a long period of time, and so I'm thinking we probably just want to vacate and get the hell out of here. That's what I'm leaning towards anyways. The wind's coming from the opposite direction, so if we wanted this to work, I gotta get to the top. We're also tired, because I'm carrying around way too much crap with me, but we should be good to make it back to the little miney area. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. There's a little trail up behind one of these that leads you to the miney area. We're playing risky right now, because why not? I mean, I'm about to starve to death anyway, so we gotta make our trek back to the previous map. I'll probably drink up one of those Summit sodas in just a minute. I'm draining off my stamina pretty rapidly, though. If we could get in behind something that would give us a little bit of cover, that would also be great. This might be it, actually, I think. It certainly looks like it. Good. We found the trail. I recognize the tree. We'll be alright. We just kind of got to ride this thing out. Getting kind of cold, though, so it might be a real short trip. I don't really want to sprint it, though, either, because that'll get our exhaustion up there and just kind of bitchy. We'll be alright, though. I've never been in a blizzard like this. It seems like it would suck. It's been super cold around where I live right now. But it's not like the air temperature that's cold. It's all wind chill. It is 100% non-stop wind chill. It is the worst. Like, outside, it's not that cold. It's like, I bet that if the sun was just up and there was no wind, it would be like maybe 40 degrees or something, 45 degrees. But the wind, it just cuts through everything. I've been going outside in my parka and all my cold clothes and everything. It still goes straight through you, no matter what you do, like a ghost. Straight through your clothes, like Casper the Ghost, tickling you with coldness all day long, every day, and it sucks. I've been going for my run, too, and I run, like, in my shorts with just, like, a tank on, you know what I mean? Got my slingshot on, and, like, that's it. And it's been a little chilly the last couple days. I've been having trouble keeping my temperature up. I don't think we're going to see too many aminals out here. I was hoping we might, but we didn't get anything. So this soda is going to have to last us until we get all the way back to the other zone, which is going to be a gamble, but we broke off. We disengaged at just the right time. Wasn't feeling brave enough to shoot the bear. I thought it would be a bad idea. I wanted to do it, believe me, I was tempted. But, who needs to be a hero? We also have a secondary problem here. I don't remember the way through this mine. So that's going to be a completely different issue that we have to joust with here. I don't particularly enjoy jousting, although I do like medieval times. If you've never been to medieval times, you should go. Medieval times is the shit. Don't think it was that way. I vaguely remember some of this, so I think it should be... I might be able just to navigate by feel. Worst case scenario is if you're going to Desolation Point, you always want to go downhill. If you're leaving Desolation Point, you always want to go uphill. That would be my advice for having played the game now several quadrillion hours. That would be my advice for you if you're having trouble navigating. This tunnel might be pretty easy, though. Might not be that bad. Tiredness is actually hanging in there. It's really warm in here. That's good, because our cold meter is looking really, really empty, and that makes me nervous. That soda might be one of the few reasons that we actually make it to the next zone without starving to death, which fills me with happiness. I gotta get all the way back to our little garage, though. If I don't get back over there, things may take a somewhat fatal turn. I don't suppose you spawned anything new over here. Just the pry bar. I don't mean to pry, but is that bar taken? Oh, yeah, it's good. Take it. Go ahead. Just follow through with it. Our little flare is still on the floor right there. That cracks me up. Like, there's things this game remembers and just, like, leaves in places like trash and whatnot. And every single time it surprises me because I don't expect it to keep it there that much. The mine wouldn't be a terrible place to spend some time as a character either, but I don't like living in subterranean darkness. I'm not a dwarf. I'm not a dwarf. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Or a Viking, I guess. Now that How to Train Your Dragon has come out, everybody's got like that hiccup, no type thing going on. I believe we want this direction, and we gotta squoosh through here. Would not recommend this. Would not recommend this in real life. Pretty terrible idea. I mean, if you like being alive. People that live in the first world like to tempt fate like this because our lives are boring and we spend our time shuffling paper around. But if you're in like a real honest-to-God survival situation, it seems like it'd be kind of pointless being dishonest with God. Like, you already know that he can like read your mind and shit. And you're like, I might as well just be out with it. Maybe get some... But see, I always feel like maybe that sort of... I always feel like playing the rules like that too seems like it would get you in trouble. Like, that shit would piss me off if I knew you were only telling the truth because you knew you're going to get in more trouble if you tried to lie to me, because I know anyways. Like, you're basically using my own, like, powers against me right there. Like, you know I can read your mind, and then you're just like, oh, well, internally I'm just going to tell him the truth because either way I'm going to get in trouble. So there's no way out of this. I've explored all the options. If there was a way for me to get out of this, I would totally take it. However, there is not. Therefore, I shall tell the truth as a last resort.
I'll take it.
I guess there's some matches in there. Getting closer, everybody. We are getting closer. Don't know if our stamina is going to hold out. It may or may not. However, I've got my trusty gun, if you're ever worried about that. Trusty gun? Everybody needs a trusty gun. They added a new weapon, too. They added, like, a flare pistol or something. Oh, shit. Oh, he's running from me. Hooray, then. Dinner would be really nice, though. Yeah. Let's get some din-din. Come on. Get it done. Don't freeze to death. I believe in you. Cool. We got dinner. And we're also freezing to death. That's problematic. Freezing to death not normally on my list of things to do on a good day or a bad day. However, was this where the basement was at over here? We had a basement around here somewhere that we can make use of. I doubt that we're going to freeze to death. Okay, it must be the next little township thingy over. It's all good. Stamina's looking bad, though, too, so the real drop-off in our status is going to occur once two of these things go wrong simultaneously. I think, however, so long as we duck through here real fast... Oh, there's a cave. I don't feel like it should be this cold inside the cave. I could make a fire, but we're pretty drained out at the moment. Don't think it's going to do so good for us. Instead, I'd say we got a better chance of just hoofing it and trying to make it to the cellar. Not 100 on that, though. Kind of a risky situation to be in, isn't it? Cutting this one kind of close. If this storm would piss off, we'd be in a better situation, but the storm's been going for like 3 days now. It's one of the reasons why I left. This storm is just non-stop. There's our cellar. I may have to start a fire out here somewhere. Oh, look, I ditched things out here. There, we should be good now that we're back in here. Ain't a lot of food to go around. But... What resources do I have available? This would be one of those times where you want to sit down and really sort of appraise what you can accomplish here. My estimate would be... Take that, we place it, we rest for 3 hours. On resting for 3 hours, that should give us enough energy to go back outside, grab the logs from the cave. Yep, should be good enough. Should be good enough, I think. We'll go back to the cave, we're going to grab the fire logs. Oh, look at that, the storm finally subsided. Good. Could not be more happy to see it, because that is not something I felt like dealing with long term. The weather can really, really conspire against you in this game. That's part of the thing. You got to consider all the different variables, and in fact, the thing that used to kill humans the most, freezing to death and starvation and disease and all that kind of stuff. So, now that we've lost our first world comforts here, where are these rabbits at? I wouldn't mind a little bit of bun. You can't shoot from a...
It's getting dark out here. I need to look for shelter.
You can't shoot from a crouch, huh? That's weird. Considering most animals spook when you stand up, that's tough. What the hell was that? Where did my arrow go? Did it bounce off? Where did it go? Huh. This is just like real archery. Hooray! Where did my arrow go? The game. Oh, that sucks. Why did it fire off to the left like that? That was odd. Oh, it's because it pulls. I wonder if the arrow got destroyed. Oh, no. It bounced off way over... That seems like an odd ricochet because it hit the left side of the tree, so it should have bounced that way, right? Huh. Questions, I guess. Oh, good. We're back with the hammering again. Fantastic. I love living in a construction site. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. Sorry about that. As I mentioned in other series, they're renovating the apartment upstairs. And so, unfortunately, it's not like it's something you can complain about. Like, they have to rebuild the apartment because people are moving out and moving in, but it's just like... It's pretty noisy, like 24 hours a day. It's tough to deal with. I'm still trying to decide how I want to approach this. Whether I want to be like a dick about it, and like I go all in. Because, you know, that's kind of like a zero-sum game. Or whether... I don't know. Because if you're nice about it, it almost never gets fixed. You feel me? Like when you deal with property landlords and management companies and stuff like that, I went and got the wood from the cave while I was waiting. I figured nobody would care. When you're dealing with property management firms and stuff like that, it becomes a weird situation where you can go in and you can be nice and you can be cordial, but then nothing will ever happen. Like they'll never fix the problem because they feel like you're just like, oh, that's cool, man, and don't worry about it. Because I tried that the first few years when I moved out and had like my own places that were apartments or whatever. I tried that. And it never seemed to work very well. Yet at the same time, I hate being that guy that has to go in there getting all heated, just being like, you need to stop this now or I am going to lose my shit. And just like fly off. Because everybody's gone down to like an office or into like a retail place or whatever. And there's that guy that's just like losing his shit. And whether or not it's justified, it just makes everybody feel just like crazy about it. Still, they hammer all day, every day over there. It's brutal. It's bad. I think that I've been woken up by hammering probably like 4 times this week. It's a lot. I keep expecting that it'll be done shortly because normally the little team that they have that does like the renovations of apartments and finishes them real fast in between people, usually it's done in like a couple of days. But that place must be wrecked up there because it sounds like they're building like an entire new apartment, like non-stop. Finally, we're not starving to death. Good. We're finally out of the back end of that cavern right there. We've been a little bit hungry the last couple days. It's been a little bit ugly, but we managed to kill ourselves off a wolf. I left the remains over there. I don't think I'm going to need them anytime soon. I would say that we should probably spend a bit of time. We got 10 hours of darkness left. Give me a match real fast, and we'll see what we can do here. And another jerry can. I always want to bring all this fuel with me because there's like so much of it, but I make these little refueling stops. We're a little bit drained. We're a little bit hungry. We got 10 hours of darkness left. Let's clean the rifle a couple of times, which also sounds like a sexual euphemism. It doesn't it? I'm like, wait for me. I got to clean the rifle real fast. Clean this off. I like the sound effect. Makes me happy. Probably do like 3 or 4 cleanings. Get it up by like 12% because I have been a little bit concerned. As you've noticed over the last episode or two with the accuracy of the gun, it's been a little bit frustrating. And so it looks like you get better at it too as you gain cleaning skill. So if that goes 0 to 100, one can assume that I guess we'll be doing a lot of cleanings before we do anything else. Dentist told me that's what he makes most of his money on. He says it's not like oral surgeries and shit like that. That is like cleaning teeth, just random teeth cleanings. It's like that little stuff. But it's always the stuff that makes money in a business that like you would never expect. Like for my old man, he's a roofer. And like he makes a ton of money just doing inspections. Like not even real tear-offs and repairs or anything like that. Like he makes a load of money just working for real estate companies doing inspections on how, because I think legally you have to have an inspection done before you can sell the house. You got to have the roof inspected and all that kind of stuff. Don't know exactly, so don't quote me on it. I'm an idiot when it comes to this kind of stuff. But still, pretty sure there are rules about these sorts of things. And it's weird how when you get a job, for example, when I did PC repair, it was never like the big stuff like tearing down an entire network and rebuilding it that earned my money. Like if I got one of those jobs in a month, hooray, you know, it meant that there was going to be consistent work for a couple of days in an office building that was air conditioned, messing around with stuff that, you know, my week was taken care of basically, like I had something to work on. Another week accomplished in the life of a young professional. But it was the little stuff, like just going to people's places and diagnosing things. I mean, you'd be surprised how many times I got called in to like random offices and stuff to do IT for their IT. Like they would call me in, I'd go in and I'd be like, this is the problem and diagnose it. And then their IT guy would know enough to fix it after that point. Weird how often that happened. Like he wasn't good enough to actually diagnose it, but he was good enough to fix it after he knew what was wrong. Like, all right, whatever. I mean, bread and butter right there. I miss computer repair. I really do. That was one of those things I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life, and then it just didn't happen. Now I'm so far behind the curve again. It's just like if I ever took it up again, I'd have to... I gotta redo the A+. I gotta redo the Network Plus. It's been long enough now to where I think I took like the 2007 edition or something like that, and I guarantee that shit don't hold. You gotta retake it every now and again. And then on top of that, I don't know anything about Windows 8 or Windows 10. My experience ended with Windows 7, and even that was more... With Windows 7, it was about to come out when I stopped. They were still using more or less Vista on the back end of when I was repairing computers. So I could fix anything, though, with XP and Vista. Oh, yeah, Windows 95. I can go in on some Windows 95, too. My best OS is XP. I can tear shit up with some XP. There is no problem on Windows XP that I cannot fix. I got that shit covered. I'll be rewriting the registry and all kinds of stuff if I have to. I'll be like, oh, I got this. Windows 7, though. Windows 7 and up. It's been too long. I wasn't working during those time periods, and so I'd have to sit down and get the reference manuals, and I hate reference manuals. They're so boring. They're so boring, and I just don't feel like doing it. I always need to learn PowerShell, too, and I never got around to it. I had the big book. Like, you know the book that costs like $200 and it's like 1,000 million pages? It's like a book that you let your kids sit on when they're too short to reach the dinner table. I have the book for Windows 7, and I bought, oh, another rifle cleaning kit. See, this is why I'm checking all the cars right now. You never know. If I can be a prolific rifle cleaner by the end of all this, it would make me happy. Check that back seat. Okay. Oh, really? Did I not get that trunk? Or is that a new car? Car is purple. They said they added some new stuff, too. They said they added doors to some of the fishing shacks so that you can actually, like, stay... Did I bring my bedroll? I did bring my bedroll. Good. I'm not a complete and total idiot. Fantastic. Only slightly. Only slightly. That's okay. I'll take it. It's better than it could be. I gotta hit all these houses again. Checking for rifle cleaning kits and whatnot. That is gonna be rough. I'm hoping all my food hasn't rotted when we get back to the house, too. If all the food's rotted, that's going to be another issue that we got to deal with. Got a dead guy over here, a dead something. So let's go have a look at that. I have no idea how to get to Timberwolf Mountain, so that's going to be... I'm sure it's in one of the mines. It's got to be inside one of the mines. That's the only thing that I could think it would be. Got a dead Yumi over here. A dead Yumi. Who would have ever thought? They ain't tough like the Orcses is. They ain't tough like you lot. Let's see, man. A little bit more feathering going on over here, which is actually, I thought that I was going to run out of arrowheads or shafts first, but I ran out of I ran out of feathers far. Oh. So they still just like circling and hanging out? Usually they leave after you loot it, but hey, there's enough feathers over here where I don't feel that guilty about it. We'll grab all that stuff. If there's no loot, I'll take the feathers. If I could get feathers, my life would be better. Rain or shine or any old weather. Got to tie your stuff down with a big old tether because it gets kind of windy out here. More whetstones would be fantastic as well. So I'm just checking shelving right now. I know I've already hit all the cabinets and whatnot. I'm just checking little things just to make sure that... Apparently I missed those ones. Never mind then. Just little things along the way. Little things that I may have missed. No whetstones in there. The turlet ain't got no water left in it. Some wool socks, though, that somebody left on the floor. Like a schlab. I do that. My house is horribly messy. I've already talked about it, but I used to be really, really clean. Back when I was trying to pick up ladies. And now that I'm in like a long-term relationship, it's just like... No chores get done. She don't like to do them. I don't like to do them, so they don't get done. And so the house stays super gnarly until it develops a smell, and then we'll have like a 1-week period where we do like a super hardcore cleaning, and that'll last a couple months, and then we repeat the cycle all over again. Over and over, over and over. Crimson and clover. What was that? I think it's a flag. Canadian flag terrifying me right now. Hanging out over there like a boogeyman, just being like, Canada. I think the game should explode if you shoot one of those right there. There was a mass shooter and he tried to shoot one of those the other day. I thought that was kind of odd. I was like, there's no way that he didn't get that from a video game. Like, he thought he was going to shoot that and it was going to blow up, and then he shot it and was just disappointed. Like, oh, man, my mass murder spree has been ruined. All I wanted was a cool explosion. Like, it's kind of funny to me that he thought that would work. I thought that was just common knowledge that in general things don't blow up that easily. Oh, look, we got more wolf. Even treasures all over the place. What is wrong with me right now? Always got to be that guy in the audience like, I can actually list several things that are wrong with you right now. You've actually given me enough information for a diagnosis over the course of the last 12,000 million episodes. I think we're good over here. Glad that I stopped in on all these places, though. I wouldn't cry over the reclaimed wood. think I don't have a ton of fire supplies back at the house anyways. I think that's our central base, like our central operating theater, the place from whence we came and to whence we go whenever from whence we came becomes, well, from whence we went. There we go. I can fix this. From whence we went starts to suck, then we go back to where we came from. And this entire conversation is becoming a little complicated. I'm getting confused largely. So I think I'm just going to pick some mushrooms so that we can make some reishi tea when we need it. And I'm going to call it a day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of The Long Dark. I will see you all later. Hi to everybody.